Hi, guys. Today we have on board with us Mr. Philip, the founder and CEO at MAGNiTT. It is wonderful to have you here with us, Philip. Today we shall shed some spotlight on your achievements and all that you have contributed to the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So let's get right into it. Mr. Philip, could you please enlighten the community about yourself, some insights into your life and your journey into the venture capitalism?
Hi, yes. Well, thank you very much for having me, and it's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Philip Bahoshy. I'm the founder of MAGNiTT. We're a data platform focused on venture capital across emerging markets, covering Africa, the Middle East, Pakistan, Turkey, and soon to include Southeast Asia. And a little bit of the journey, MAGNiTT's been around for 7 years, starting off by trying to connect founders and investors, moving towards research and analytics. And now we're very much a SaaS data platform that looks at historical trends and predictive analysis moving forwards. And one of the things that we found very important and core to us is transparency, accuracy, and relevance of data to support decision makers, whether they're investors, corporates, governments, startup founders, service providers interested in the venture capital community. And one of the things that I'm most passionate about is having added Pakistan and the growing ecosystem and the venture activity that's happening there is to break the silos and the barriers across different geographies. While we started in the Middle East, specifically in the GCC, we started adding more and more of the neighboring geographies, Pakistan, Turkey, Africa. And while there's many differences across these geographies, there's actually many similarities. There are founders hungry to grow their companies, access new markets, get funding, hire talent, and to become scalable tech companies that are successful. And one of the biggest challenges is access to markets. And one of the best ways to support that is to share information, share transparency of data, success stories, as well as the failures across these geographies. And that's something that we try to do through MAGNiTT: intelligence, data, and information for users to better be able to scale into those geographies.
Well, Mr. Philip, your passion for developing and cross pollinating entrepreneurship ecosystems across emerging markets is truly very commendable. How do you feel now that you look back at all the success that you've attained?
I don't know whether I've attained success. I think we've been able to continue to grow with the ecosystem. And during this journey, we've really seen growth of the ecosystem. We take Pakistan, for instance, in the last 2-3 years, there's been an acceleration of the number of deals, the number of investors, the amount of capital that's being deployed, international awareness of what's happening. And that's been replicated across all the geographies that we cover. We've seen unicorn exits in the MENA region, the likes of Kareem, that has a Pakistani founder. We've seen companies scale into different geographies, more companies acquiring African, Pakistani, Turkish, even international investors and startups coming and acquiring presence in the region. And I think that's been the success. The continued interest in the region for companies, founders, and success stories has really been instrumental. Now, we're going through challenging times now. Economies facing some different challenges, public markets seeing drops in the markets, but it's that continued support, awareness, and information transparency that will help us learn and grow coming out of the next couple of months into 2023 and beyond.
Mr. Philip, I'm sure you're aware of how ParkLaunch has also successfully managed to provide an auspicious opportunity to tech-savvy individuals by offering a platform where they could get the recognition that they deserve. With regards to this, what would you comment on the upcoming Unconference 2023 happening in Dubai? Do you think there is an opportunity for growth in the Pakistani tech industry?
Well, number one, I commend all of the people at ParkLaunch. I've been in awe of the activity, the community, the work that's been put in to really support the activity in this space. Something I can genuinely put hand on heart and say we have not seen in the MENA region or in necessarily other geographies to the same extent of seeing people rally and support each other in the community of what I've seen at ParkLaunch. The webinars, the insights, the the takeaways, the learning lessons, even where there's been challenging companies that have shut down, the transparency of the learning lessons that we've seen coming out of the Pakistani ecosystem has been something that has not been replicated in other geographies. And I think that the real strength also comes from the power of the diaspora, the Pakistani community that exists abroad, whether it's in Silicon Valley, Europe, or other geographies, coming and sharing best practices, sharing insights, as well as capital, is something that is really commendable. And this was born almost at the end of COVID, and the challenges that this really presented was one to build an online community. Now this opportunity of the event taking place in Dubai can really help foster an in-person community where people can engage, share knowledge, insights in what is a different environment and challenge that we're facing economically, but to see how you can really bring people together and to support not only the Pakistan community, but raising awareness of the Pakistan community beyond the borders of Pakistan into the UAE and the international community that's interested in it. So I really think it's that really personal touch and in-person opportunity that will help take it to the next level.
So we see that there are numerous new, small, and medium-sized businesses emerging with huge potential for ample growth and are now making their way to Park Launch. What advice would you be kind enough to give them?
Look, I think it's always difficult to give advice. The one thing that I have to say is that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So for any founder going into entrepreneurship, I always say that you need to be able to give 110% for 10 years of your life to maybe, potentially, if you're really able to do it, be successful, and not to take things for granted. This is really hard. It's not meant to be easy. Raising funds is not charity. It comes with the requirement for exponential returns. And if that's the mindset that you're going into this, and not to take things for granted, listen to people, seek advice, and to have aspirations that go beyond borders. A lot of the time you speak to people that think about something for their country, for their city. When you think about something that goes beyond borders into other geographies, that can become really scalable, that can be really differentiating, and be humble in the way that you do that, then you have the right mindset to start getting into the entrepreneurial space, learning from others, learning from the successes that we've seen, not only in Pakistan, but across the emerging space. It is not the US, this is not China, this is not Europe. It is an emerging venture market reality. And being able to have that mindset will really put you in a good place as you start your ventures or grow your ventures.
Well, this has truly been an insightful voyage, sir. I'm certain that the suggestions you put forth will be acting as a guiding light for prospective market entrants. Looking forward to seeing you at the Unconference 23.
Thank you very much.